Hello friends, this video on synthetic fibers and plastics part 6 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Now the third artificial fiber is polyester. So polyester, the name says poly. Poly means what? Multiple, many. Ester. So it is again a polymer which contains many ester linkages. Now what is ester linkage? You will study all this in higher classes, but okay, I'll give you a brief introduction to it. So it is again a synthetic fiber, purely synthetic, and it is a polymer containing multiple units, that is monomers, which are linked by ester linkages. Now what do we mean by ester linkage? So let us look at the chemical structure of polyester. So you see, this is how polymer, this N shows that this is the monomer and it gets repeated N number of times. It gets repeated multiple number of times. So this is this particular structure which you see, it is for polyethylene terephthalate. So that is, this structure is for polyethylene terephthalate. Now again, depending upon the composition, there are many types of polyester. Not one single polyester exists. Now let's see what is an ester linkage. So ester is nothing but a basic organic chemical compound, so carbon containing chemical compound. And how do you know the presence of ester? This is how the ester would look like. So basically this shows that this carbon is attached to one alkyl group on this side and it is connected to another alkyl group on the other side. So this is how the ester linkage looks like. So if you look at this structure, you can actually see the presence of CO. So with that, you can see that the ester linkages exist here. So this is how the structure of a polyester looks like. Now depending on the chemical structure, a polyester can be a thermoplastic, it can be a thermoset. So polyester is often mixed with other fibers. For example, polyester is often mixed with cotton and it forms polycotton, or often called polycot. So polyester again, it is often mixed with these kind of different materials to form a good fabric for bed sheets, dresses, etc. So let us see how polyester is prepared. So polyester is again obtained from coal, air, water and petroleum. So it is obtained from the petrochemicals. It was developed for the first time in the 20th century. So polyester fibers are formed from a chemical reaction between an acid and an alcohol. Like in case of nylons, we needed acids and amines. But in this case, what we need is acids and alcohols. So with acids and alcohols, we can get polyesters. These polyester fibers can be very long molecules which are very stable. So very long, length is too much, but at the same time they are quite stable. So let us look at how exactly do we prepare this polyester. This is the structure of polyester. So we are taking example of this particular polyester, that is polyethylene terephthalate, and we will see how it is prepared. So now let's exactly see how we prepare this particular polyester, that is polyethylene terephthalate. So for this also we need one acid and one alcohol. So you can see the acid and the alcohol here. So the alcohol which we use here is ethylene glycol. So ethylene glycol is the alcohol that is used here, and which is the acid that we use? The acid is nothing but terephthalic acid or dimethyl terephthalate. So in the first step, this ethylene glycol combines with dimethyl. So here you can see there are two methyl groups. Due to the presence of two methyl groups, it is dimethyl terephthalate. So both of these combines in presence of a catalyst which increases the rate of their reaction, and they form a chemical, and whatever they form is the monomer alcohol. So basically they form a monomer alcohol. What do we mean by monomer alcohol? That means this particular alcohol acts as the monomer unit which undergoes polymerization to form the polymer. Correct? Now this monomer alcohol will in turn will combine with terephthalic acid, and one alcohol and one acid will combine to form the polyester. Which is the polyester that is formed? Polyethylene terephthalate. So that is the structure of this one. So this is how the structure would be. Polyethylene terephthalate. Now please do not bother yourself with the chemicals, with these complex chemical structures, because it is not it should not be taught right now, because you do not know the basic you do not have the basic knowledge of the chemical structure and nomenclature. So we will learn these in higher classes. But why I am telling this is just to give you an idea about how we actually prepare these things. So whenever you have to prepare a polyester, you need an acid and an alcohol. Now depending upon the acid and the alcohol which you have chosen, that particular type of polyester will be formed. And this process of preparation of polyester is known as polymerization. Where polymer is formed, that process is always called polymerization. So one of the most important ingredient in preparation of polyesters is ethylene, and ethylene is obtained from petroleum. So this petroleum contributes ethylene, and using this ethylene we get ethylene glycol, and this ethylene glycol combines with dimethyl terephthalate. So let us now look at the advantages of polyester and where do we use it. So one important advantage is that cushioning material in pillows. Now why is it used there? There are a couple of things. First of all, you saw how polyester looks like, right? So some of it is also used to make foam like structure, which is often used to fill the material inside pillows. It is also used to make bottles, the PET bottles, which are often used for storing waters and any other liquids at home. It is also used to make dress materials. Now one very important advantage with polyester is that they do not wrinkle easily. Therefore, it is easier to maintain them. Like even if that particular cloth is being worn once, but it doesn't wrinkle. So maintenance is easy. It is also easy to wash. That is why it is in great demand for dress materials. It is also used to give finishing on wood products like guitar, piano, etc. So the outer layer finishing is often given by polyester. And polyester also combines with a lot of other fibers to form many different types of fabrics. For example, some of the examples of polyesters are, one good example of polyester is terylene. And this terylene can combine with cotton and it forms terracotta or terracotton. Again, polyester can combine with wool to form polywool. So all these types of fabrics are also used for making dress materials. Films for pouches, adhesive tapes, capacitors, plastic cards, etc. So here also you see a lot of use of polyesters. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.